I am the answer. I am your savior. I am Nutty Jun.
So, Mr. Kasim, why don't you go ahead and tell me what it is that you find most disturbing about this society that we live in?
Would you like me to explain a little bit or a lot? Because let me tell you, sir, this society, it is fucked.
Sir, I'm here to help you. Why don't you go ahead and pour out anything that comes to mind? You have my full attention.
Okay, kind sir. Well, let me see where I can start. Well, corruption. Let's start with corruption, shall we? Everything is corrupt. Everything. The government, the police, the laws. Everything is filled. The world is filled with corrupt systems. Now these corrupt systems, they're not broken. Nah. You see, they were built this way. Me and you, everyone, we're all slaves to this government and these laws. But everyone is just too dumb and too stupid to realize this. You see, we are all puppets. I'm just the puppet that can see the strings. Every single person is blinded by lies. You see, sir, the best type of slave is the one that doesn't even know, that's not even aware that he's being enslaved. And that is what the world is like now. We are all slaves. But we don't even realize it. And that is why we continue to do absolutely nothing about it. You see, we are given the illusion of freedom. The president voting system is fixed, and all these votes, they're all meaningless. These presidents, doesn't matter who they are, they're already pre-decided. You see, presidents, they are selected, not elected. And if these people of society, if they think that selecting a new president every 4 years is gonna change anything, they are incredibly mistaken. Getting a new president will not change anything. Remember this rule. If we ever had the power to change anything, it would be illegal. We will never be given the power of free choice. We will never be allowed to change anything. The president or the government or whoever's in charge, they control the choices of the entire nation. They choose whether a country attacks another country or not. They choose if that country goes to war or not. They choose if that country starts a war or not. The civilians of that country, which is us, we have nothing to do with that decision. But guess what? We're the ones that are gonna get bombed and killed, and we have had nothing to do with it. The president, they choose if this country goes to war and chooses if this country bombs someone or attacks another country. They make those decisions, and we, the civilians, we pay the price and we suffer for it, while those people that made the decisions, they have zero hold done to them? Nothing. Remember Brexit? When Britain left the EU, the Brexit voting was fixed. It was already pre-decided that Britain was gonna leave the EU. All voting is already pre-decided, that the outcome is already chosen beforehand. We are shown an illusion of free choice. We are tricked, fooled into believing that we chose this outcome when really it was already pre-decided by those in charge. Tax. You know what tax is, right? Tax is just the government robbing us. How can anybody, not a single person, how can anyone not see this? They are robbing us right in front of our eyes, forcing us to pay them money for no reason whatsoever. And if we refuse, if we don't want to hand over our hard-earned money, then guess what? They imprison us and lock us up in little cells like animals. Money is a man-made thing. The government, they need all of us, the public, to work for them. They don't want us to be free and living life. They want us to have jobs and roles in this world, in this society. They want us to work for them so they don't have to do anything themselves. How can the government force millions of people to willingly just work for them? Well, I'll tell you how. Money. The answer is by inventing money. You see, sir, we work to earn money, and without money, we simply cannot survive. We won't have a house to live in, we won't have food to eat, water to drink, we won't have anything. We just cannot live life without money. So they have now created a system where we rely on something and we need it in order to survive. Money. So the government now has a way for the people to all fall in line and willingly work for them in order to live. You get a job so that you can afford to have a life, but then you spend all your time working and end up with no time to live this life that you're working for in the first place. You see, the law is just rules that we must obey as slaves. The law tells us what we can and can't do, and if we do not follow these laws forced upon us, then we get captured and locked up. The drugs that are in pharmacies that people buy with prescriptions, well, they're just the same as illegal drugs. They're both still drugs. The only difference is the ones in the pharmacy, the government regulates them, meaning the government controls their supply. That's another reason why cannabis is illegal, because cannabis is a natural growing plant that anybody can freely grow and freely have their own supply. So the government can't make money from it and can't control the supply. So they make it illegal. A natural plant such as cannabis, which is part of nature, is made illegal. Pit bulls, which are living, breathing organisms, living beings of life, they are made illegal. The government has the power to make anything they desire, legal or illegal, without any valid reason whatsoever. Remember, slavery was once legal. You see, what's legal and illegal, it isn't what's right or wrong. All it means is just what the government is telling us what we can and government can't do. It's all bullshit. It's just their rules, just their rule book, their orders that us slaves must follow. We just have to do whatever the law says, and if we don't, we get captured and locked up. You think this is a free country? Think again, sir. We are not free at all. We're all slaves that have been brainwashed into thinking that we are free, but really, we can't do anything without the government knowing our every decision, our every action, our every move, acknowledging our every choice. Privacy doesn't exist anymore. We're all being controlled. For example, we can't even buy a car and drive it without the government knowing every little detail about it. We must insure the car and have it registered so that the government knows every detail about it. Everything is logged and tracked by this government. They control everything. Cures are kept a secret so that the government can continue to sell us medication. The government profits from our sickness. You see, I believe the cure to cancer has already been found, but the government, they're keeping it a secret. Why would they want to cure us as soon as they cure cancer? They can no longer make any money from it. All these cancer research companies, all these running and races for cancer research, they're all bullshit, because the cure for cancer, it already exists, it's already found. But they would rather keep the cure a secret and keep all the patients scared of dying and keep them all sick so that they can continue to sell their medication and continue to profit and make money from cancer. Cancer is nothing more than a business. They would rather have people continue to get cancer and continue to not be cured so they can continue to extract money from them and keep them paying. Curing cancer simply equals no more money. I mean, tell me, why cure something when you can keep them paying? We should fund things like solar powered renewable energy. We should put time, money and effort into things like that and find new ways of creating renewable energy. We need to fully take advantage of solar power and other types of renewable energy, and we must utilize it to its fullest. The sun never stops shining, the oceans never stop moving, and the wind never stops blowing. So tell me, sir, why the fuck is the human race still paying for electricity? The human race should invest heavily, and I mean heavily, on renewable energy. It should be such a big subject amongst inventors, scientists, schools, and just everybody, to be honest with you. If everyone put their brains together, we could come up with new and creative ways to generate electricity for free. If you do a little research, you will find there are so many creative and genius concepts of generating electricity and making the most out of renewable energy. There are creative ideas and concepts out there, like street lights powering their lamps by using the wind generated by cars moving by, turning that into electricity. Do you see? If we're all taught things like this in school, and if we all got creative, then together we can all come up with new, clever, creative, practical and convenient ways to generate electricity. This planet can easily have free power for all the humans inhabiting it if we really wanted to. The sun alone should be enough to power this whole planet. I mean, look at it. The sun is 109 times bigger than the Earth. We can fit 109 planet Earths inside one of the sun. So how are you telling me that that big star in the sky is not enough to power this entire world for free, when 109 of these Earths can fit inside it? The sun should easily be enough to power this whole planet if utilized correctly. We just need to focus more, way more, on stuff like this. But instead, because we are controlled by selfish, money-hungry monsters, we instead put all our time and energy and focus into things like wars to create money and to profit the government and the Rothschild and the elite. The best technologies kept hidden to the public and is only known to the government. They could use this technology against us anytime they wish, and we could do nothing about it. In some countries, it is a crime. It's considered a fucking crime to grow your own vegetables and collect your own rainwater. Tell me, what kind of ridiculousness is this? You aren't even free to grow your own healthy organic foods. You are forced to buy their foods from their stores. You can't even collect your own water from the skies. Once again, you have to buy their water, their contaminated water, and their GMO foods from their stores to kill you. How can you even make collecting rainwater a crime? The sky is for everyone. Nobody owns it. But of course, in this world, we are far from free, and the government, they own everything. The sky, the land, the earth. They are our evil, ruling oppressors. As soon as we are born, we are given a name, a religion, a nationality, a race, and then we spend the rest of our lives defending a fictional identity. Schools, they are fucked up. Why do children have to go to school? Here's why. So that they can be molded into a state-approved, homogeneous drone that is not capable of thinking outside of their prescribed consensus. They will learn to repeat information over and over and over again, instead of learning how to think for themselves so that they don't become a threat to the status quo. When they graduate, they will get a job and pay their taxes in order to perpetrate the corporate system of indentured servitude for their political overlords. Religion? That's absolute bullshit. Why in the world do people dedicate and base their entire life around a religion that they're not even 100% certain that it's even all the truth? The whole idea is just absolute insanity. Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, it's all the same shit. Same shit, different asshole. There is no proof or evidence for any of them. They are all man-made, all controlling, all give you a purpose, telling you how to live your own life without giving you a say in any of it. And it's your own life! Most people are only involved in a religion because they're born into a family of that religion and they follow and obey them without having the courage or the balls to opt out of it. They don't think for themselves, they just follow like sheep. When children are growing up, most of them are taught by their parents words like fuck and shit are bad words, swear words, and they shouldn't say them. But what exactly is a word? What even are words? Words are just simply different alphabetical letters arranged and rearranged in different orders to form a word. There are no good words or bad words. All words are simply just different letters arranged in different orders. A word is only bad or good because humans give it that meaning. Humans decide which words are gonna be considered good or bad. And the entire concept of good and bad words is ultimately just an illusion. People can just come into our homes and take whatever they want, and we can do absolutely nothing about it. They are called bailiffs. People can just come into our homes and take away our children, and we can do absolutely nothing about it. And those people are called social services. People can just come into our homes, tie us up, tie our hands behind our backs, throw us in the back of a van, take us away, which is basically kidnap, and we can do absolutely nothing about it. And they are the lowest scum of the earth, known as the police. Those previous 3 points just go to show we are not even safe and secure in our own homes. We are not safe or secure anywhere. And we most definitely are slaves and not free. Anyone who thinks or suggests differently is brainwashed. Animals are meant to be free and roaming around in the wild. Humans capture them, kidnap them, and lock them up in cages. They call this a zoo. A zoo is just loads of animals imprisoned and locked up against their own will. You see, humans profit from this, getting money from other humans visiting this zoo. The animals do not like living their life in these cages. Humans are the worst type of species to ever exist. Not only do they enslave their own kind and go to war with their own species and create corrupt laws and systems on their own kind, but they also harm other species and are destroying planet Earth. In the history of planet Earth, since its existence, the vast majority of its destruction has been caused and done since the humans have been around. Humans are the disease and the cancer of this world. They are destroying not only themselves, but every other being and organism inhabiting this planet and the planet itself. The humans must be stopped. Humans have invented borders and have separated this planet into different sections called countries. This is all bullshit. Either everybody owns the Earth or nobody owns the Earth. Earth is owned by all the conscious beings on it. Humans, animals, everything. This separation and division via borders and shit, it's a load of rubbish. All humans do is divide themselves. They divide themselves into races, into cultures, into colours, into religions. They do not realise that they are all humans and they are all the same species and are better off united as one. Instead they fight and go to war with each other, not only destroying themselves but destroying everything around them. Humans must be stopped. The entire human race must be destroyed. The government is poisoning us. They add fluoride in our water that comes out of our taps, in our homes. We are literally being forced into drinking fluoride. Fluoride is a chemical found in rat poison. 5 to 10 grams of fluoride is a lethal dose for a human adult. Not only this, but fluoride makes your body absorb extra aluminium. And where does this aluminium go? Your brain. And aluminium is the metal that shows up alarmingly in the brains of Alzheimer's victims. So my good sir, what is my conclusion to all of this critical analysis of the world? Well, this world is corrupt and so messed up. Human beings are the worst and most screwed up organisms to roam the planet. The bottom line is this: fuck everybody. Fuck the police, fuck the government, fuck teachers, fuck the law, fuck schools, fuck presidents, fuck prime ministers, fuck the queen, fuck the kings, fuck rules. Everything can suck my hairy dick. We should all be able to do whatever the actual fuck we want in this world. Have no rules, not listening to the law. The law's a load of fairy jizz. We have a short lifespan and we could die at any given moment. We shouldn't have to listen to anyone or anything. If people wanna stick drugs up their ass, then hell, they should be free to do so. It might sound a bit crazy at first, but think about it. Why should we not be free to be able to do as we please to our own bodies? It's our body, our choice. As long as we ain't harming anyone else. If people want weapons to be able to protect themselves, then fuck, they should be able to have them. Fuck this dogshit law. The law, the government and the police are just holding us all back. And you know what the sad, screwed up thing about this all is? Because this world is too corrupt and the stupid, brainless, dodo-brained, everyday, normal humans of society are satisfied with being controlled by a corrupt system. That means nothing will ever change. Human beings are absolutely pathetic. They will not fight to be free. They are satisfied with being slaves and living in this corrupt system. So sadly, the government, the police, the laws, the schools, the religion, all the other bullshit of society, it's not going anywhere. And it makes my ass itch. It really does. I am not one of the pathetic humans that chooses to be satisfied with all this. I am the only one who sees the true reality of this planet. But I alone cannot defeat all of 7 billion humans. So unless I get help from another world, another planet, another realm, another species, or anyone with half a penis, this planet will stay corrupt and messed up. Screw that! You know what? I am sure there are some human beings out there who see what I see and are like-minded. Maybe not as smart as me on my level, but sure, they should be able to see what I see. These humans who in time will support me and listen to me. I shall call you humans the Janalians. You see, I can solve all of the world's problems. I can end world hunger. I can end poverty. I can cure cancer. I can excel the human race beyond the stars into wonders they can only dream about. I am the answer. I am your savior. I am Nutty Jun.
Are you lost in the world like me? If the systems have